Alright, welcome back to another Dark Horse Crypto update. Today I'll show you what I'm looking at in Ethereum, Cardano, and we'll jump over to Avalanche as well, since that's also getting some interesting price action. Okay, so Ethereum, I'm considering us to be still in a correction. So in a C wave, finishing this wave B of a large intermediate wave 4 correction. What that implies is that this rally from the low here could be counter trend, and we may actually be headed down to new lows. All right, so I'll show you the breakdown of my wave count here. So for the Elliot Wave count, starting at the top of this big red wave 3, so we have wave 1, wave 2. I'm considering this to be an extended third wave, so 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, 4 and 5 of 3. Got a 3-wave rally in wave 4. Okay, and then a 5-wave decline to finish this wave 5 of A. Now from there, we have a 5-wave rise in wave 1. Now that 5-wave rise off of a low, that was the first clue that maybe we were going to get a larger, more extended rally. The trend would shift up for a bit. And now this wave 2 here, the wave pattern doesn't look too clear here, but if you actually zoom in the subwaves, it could break down into a double zigzag. So we have a third wave, considering this to be peaking up here. All right, so the breakdown would be a wave 1, a wave 2, 3, 4, and then an ending diagonal for wave 5. So this isn't 5 waves up, it's 3. So we have 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. It sort of looks like, actually almost exactly what Bitcoin looked like at the $64,000 peak before it actually turned around and corrected. And from there we have 3 waves down on wave 4. And then I think this here, this rise, is the first wave of wave 5 of C. So it should be a 1. Today we're getting a pullback in wave 2. It might go lower. Wave 3 will finally, I think it's going to be the thing that finally breaks through this 61.8% Fibonacci retracement resistance. You can see right here, this third wave just kind of peaked out right along here. Tried a couple times to get to it, but there's just too much overhead supply at that level. So this third wave should bring in enough buyers to finally break through it. We might get a pullback wave 4 and then finally head up to the 7.786 retracement level at about 3,800 to potentially, it will complete this impulse. It's just a matter of, is it this wave C and this wave B finished, and we may head down to a new low. If we do that, then this correction would be pretty similar to what happened in intermediate wave 2. Where we got a large drop in wave A, rallied up, so well over 100% rally up to the 61.8% retracement level, and then that turned out to be a B wave rather than a true reversal, and there was a very sharp decline in wave C that took out the lows. That was the March 2020 COVID crash. So I do have a bullish count here as an alternate scenario, because it very much is possible to count this whole decline as an ABC if you just consider that maybe this whole thing is not an extended third wave. Maybe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is wave A. This thing is wave B. And then this 5-wave decline is just a very, very short wave C. But I've still got the bearish count here listed because I do still think it's on the table as a possibility. I don't want people to be blindsided, since it is something that has happened before and actually wasn't, well, it was only just over a year ago. It wasn't actually all that long ago. And sentiment right now, at these levels here, it's actually just as good, almost better than where we were at the peak. So we've got on the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, we've got extreme greed levels when we haven't even gotten back to the all-time highs. So if we just project here, let's just entertain the idea for a moment. So maybe this is all of wave A, maybe this is a B wave. If we are going to head back down in another large dip, how low could it possibly go? All right, so usually wave C has some sort of proportionality to wave A. They're not always equal in length, but it often gives a ballpark projection. So if we put that here where we expect this wave B to maybe end, let's see where this gets us. So this brings us down to an interesting level. This 1183 level is one of our Fibonacci retracements of this larger wave 3. So this red wave 3 that advanced from this bull market from the March 2020 lows, rather bull run rather than bull market. The bull market started December 2018. But nevertheless, it's I think it's 78.6% retracement, possibly 61.8% of this entire large wave 3 advance. So it boasts a fib level, and if we end this retracement here, will also be an equality projection of wave C and wave A, which is interesting. Now, the thing that would make me dismiss this bearish possibility entirely would be a break through the all-time high. It would still theoretically be possible, but it would be very, very unlikely, in my opinion, that if we broke the highs, that we would actually get a correction coming all the way back down. So I have a couple key levels highlighted. So I have this red line here, just looking at this short-term price movement. All right, so if we're considering this a wave 1 of 5 with the short-term trend being higher up toward this upper blue line, then this correction here shouldn't go beneath this red line. That would actually invalidate that. Since wave 2 can't retrace more than the length of this wave 1. And then I have another key level here, this black line. Here, so if for some reason we do get below here, let's say this is a larger wave 4 playing out, and wave 5 hasn't started. So the wave 4 of this sequence can't get beneath the black line, or it will invalidate this bullish possibility here that we have as maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be wave 1. That would favor the idea that this was really more of a counter trend move and that we're probably headed lower. All right, so that's what I'm looking at with Ethereum. Let's jump over to Cardano. All right, so with Cardano, one of the best performers here off the lows, certainly actually held up just as well, sometimes even better than Bitcoin did during this corrective period here. So we're considering this to be the top of an intermediate wave 1, which started at the March 2020 low. We have an ABC correction here for an intermediate degree wave 2. It's quite shallow for an intermediate degree wave 2. It makes me a little bit suspicious, given that it didn't get down and make the type of low that I would expect for that wave degree being a second wave. But nevertheless, the rebound from the lows has been quite bullish, so I'm going with the bullish count anyways. So we have a wave 1, 2. Pretty clean subwaves here for wave 3, an ABC decline in wave 4. And then so we were eyeing this wave 5 most recently. We have a 1, 2, a 3, 4. And then we may have completed this wave 5 here. There are 5 subwaves in place. Now if we zoom in here, it is possible that this little price movement here is wave 4 or 5 and it pops up to a little bit higher. But I think it's probably nearing its end. Now this would complete minor wave 1 up off from the lows. And now minor wave 1 should be followed by a minor wave 2, which is a corrective type pattern. Most likely a zigzag is probably what we'll see. So possible trajectory would be an A, B, C type decline. Looking at our Fibonacci levels for a potential retracement zone, so the 0.618 comes out at 165, and 0.5 comes out at 185. And interestingly, both of these line up almost perfectly with previous fourth wave supports. So I think this is a pretty good, this range is a pretty good candidate to end this wave 2 correction. And so if we see this end here and then we come out, wave 3 takes us up and into new highs, then I think we're probably in the clear that this bottom should really be in, and the long-term trend has reversed to up. Now just a quick price projection. So if we take a fib extension projection from the bottom of this wave 2 to the top of this wave 1, so we'll take the full length of wave 1 to get an idea of where wave 3 could take us once it bottoms here. So we come out with a 1.618 extension of wave 1. It's a common relationship between waves 1 and 3. Takes us to about 533. And Cardano certainly could do better than that. It could head up to the 2.618 or 3.618 certainly. But a good ballpark target, it could be 533. So an overall trajectory from this point, so we may see a 3-wave decline heading down potentially to that 165 area. And then after that, we'd like to see it reverse with some buyers stepping in and push it up past this high minimally. That would be the absolute minimum would be to make a new high, but ideally all the way up to this 533 level. Now let's check out Avalanche. It's been one of the best performers over the past couple of weeks. It's been really moving ahead pretty aggressively within a third wave advance. All right, so with Avalanche, so I'm considering this third wave here, where we've gotten really this gigantic surge to have started about here. So subwaves break down 1, 2, wave 3 of 3 here. You can see how it really maintains support on this trend line quite nicely with 1, 2, 3 touches before it finally broke. And so I'm considering wave 3. This would be wave 3 of a minor wave 1. Same wave degree of that Cardano is topping in right now. So it seems like Cardano got its large move a little bit ahead of Avalanche. So Avalanche is likely following the same trajectory, but it's just maybe a few days behind. So we've topped in this wave 3, expecting this wave 4 to make it does what Cardano and Solana have done, possibly a 38.2% retracement, which would pull it back down to this 36 level. And since it broke this trend line here, it does seem to be drifting lower towards it. And then from there, this would only be 3 waves complete. And if we're looking for a 5-wave impulse, we would still have, so that would be wave 4, and then wave 5 should carry up to a new high. The next higher Fibonacci projection that we didn't hit would be this 64K level. Well, actually, technically, I guess it would be not 64K, $63, $64. I guess technically it would be this $52, but if we got past here, I would be potentially aiming for, to do a little bit better than just $1 more than it already got. But I'd be eyeing this $63 level to wrap it up. All right, we'll leave it at that. Have a great weekend.